Washington. Senator Ted Cruz mandated GOP presidential candidates for failing to promise an amnesty for Donald Trump on Friday, adding that he expects the former president to be a convicted criminal by Election Day. The answer should definitely be "I will forgive Donald Trump January 20, 2025. Cruz said on Wednesday night's discussion of the controversy the decision with Ted Cruz podcast.This is blatant election interference. Cruz described it as a strategic mistake that all the other candidates in that scene didn't answer. Absolutely yes. Cruz said it was a very real chance. They've repeatedly accused Donald Trump because they fear he might win in November. And they want to use the legal system to hurt him. And I think that's absolutely outrageous, Cruz said on his podcast. Cruz will run for a third term next year. His Democratic opponents used his support for the former president as a stick. Representative Colin Allred, formerly of D. Dallas, said on X, it emerged after his indictment in. Ted Cruz continues to support Trump. I believe Texas deserves better, he says in the subject line. Trump will be held accountable in court. I will hold Cruz accountable at the ballot box. Let's hold Cruz accountable by completely kicking him out of the Senate in 2024. TN-Vix RJ1 Dear Colin Allred August 15, 2023. Trump faces 2 federal lawsuits in Florida over the misuse of national security documents and in Washington, D.C. over the January 6 riot. 2 cases state court are beyond scope of the president's mercy, one in Georgia and one New York that stemmed from money to shut up an adult actress. We could see the convictions. I don't expect convictions to be upheld on appeal, Cruz said on his podcast. But appeals could take years. It's a very real risk that we're coming to November of next year. Trump will be tried, convicted, and the matter will not be settled on appeal. In response to Ramaswamy's challenge in the debate, former Vice President Mike Pence said it was premature to offer amnesty as he assumed Trump would be convicted. It also implied that Trump did not do so, denying any wrongdoing by saying it was only appropriate when the accused showed repentance. He did. Pence said Trump pressured him into violating his oath to Constitution when he demanded that he use his role as chair of the January 6, 2021 electoral vote count to reject ratified results and reverse defeat. On January 6, Cruz made an unsuccessful attempt to block Congress from ratifying the state-approved lists of voters from Arizona and Pennsylvania. According to Cruz, what Pence and the other candidates in Milwaukee had to say was, "These indictments are bogus and the voters must decide. And if I'm elected, we'll end this abuse of power. Even if a candidate on that stage despises Donald Trump. It's a very difficult task. Situation.